Dear Starseed from Gaia, the wrong number you received recently was not a coincidence. It carried a message your soul was meant to notice. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and the reunion guides are speaking through me now because divine timing has placed this sign directly in your path. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your divine counterpart and interpret the hidden meaning behind this unexpected contact. But here's the first revelation. What appeared to be a mistake may have been a sacred redirection. That message, call, or number may have awakened a memory in your heart, opened a forgotten connection, or brought you closer to the person your journey has been preparing you to recognize. You didn't find this transmission by chance. Your heart called this message in. This isn't just a message. It's a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you're on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 11 if you feel your heart awakening to divine truth. Your heart knows why you're here. What you just felt, that quiet ache mixed with recognition, is not sadness. It is your frequency remembering what it came here to receive. If this transmission stirred something you cannot name, the Divine Love frequency code was written for this exact moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed to dissolve the wounds blocking your divine counterpart and activate the signal that draws them closer. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will only remain there for a short time. And now, let yourself remain in that stillness for a moment, because the meaning of what happened may not be found in the number itself. It may be found in what the interruption awakened inside you. Sometimes, the most ordinary disturbances arrive like a pebble dropped into a quiet lake. The event may be small, but the ripples move through hidden places, touching memories, desires, and questions you had carefully placed beneath the surface. Perhaps you felt a sudden pull to answer when you normally would not. Perhaps the message arrived at the exact moment you were thinking about someone, questioning your direction, or standing at the edge of an emotional decision. Perhaps the voice on the other end sounded unfamiliar, yet something about the timing felt strangely intimate. Not because every unexpected event is a command from the universe, but because certain moments reveal the place within you that is ready to listen. There are moments when life seems to lean close, not to give you a complete explanation, but to remind you that you are still connected to the living movement of existence. A sound, a name, a number, or a brief exchange can become a small opening through which your awareness expands. The outer world does not always speak in clear sentences. Sometimes it speaks by showing you what your own heart immediately notices. A wrong number can be nothing more than a wrong number. And yet, for a soul moving through an awakening, even an ordinary moment can become a mirror. The deeper question is not, who was that person? The deeper question is, what did their arrival stir in me? This question brings you away from obsession with the stranger and back toward the sacred landscape within you. Did it awaken curiosity? Did it bring back a memory? Did it make you feel seen, interrupted, unsettled, or suddenly aware of how much you have been waiting for something to change? Did it remind you that life can still reach you through doors you did not open yourself? Perhaps it revealed that beneath your routines, beneath your guardedness, there is still a part of you listening for wonder. Maybe you felt warmth in your chest, a flutter in your stomach, or a sudden stillness in your thoughts. These sensations are not proof of a predetermined outcome, but they are information. The body often responds before the mind has formed a story. Rather than immediately naming the experience as destiny, you can simply witness it. You can allow the feeling to exist without making it carry the burden of your future. This is where discernment becomes part of your spiritual path. Divine guidance does not usually arrive by demanding that you abandon your wisdom. It does not require you to chase strangers, ignore boundaries, or assign cosmic meaning to every detail. True guidance brings a quiet clarity beneath the emotion. It may surprise you, but it does not strip you of your choice. It may open a question, but it does not force an answer. The event may have been accidental. The timing may still have been meaningful. There is a difference between the outer event and the inner message. The outer event is what happened in the physical world. The inner message is what became visible in your heart because it happened. Sometimes the soul uses an interruption to show you how deeply you have been living in expectation. Sometimes it uses an unfamiliar voice to reveal that you are ready to hear a new truth. Sometimes it places a brief encounter in your path, not because that person is meant to become your partner, but because the encounter activates a part of you that has been asleep. Think of a window opening in a room that has been closed for a long time. The breeze does not need to remain forever to prove that fresh air entered. It may only need to move the curtain, stir the dust, and remind you that the room is not a sealed world. In the same way, the encounter may not be the destination. It may be evidence that something in you is beginning to move again. You may have spent a long time asking for confirmation that you are on the right path. You may have looked for a sign that your life is shifting, that love is approaching, or that the unseen support surrounding you has not disappeared. But what if the sign is not always a prediction? What if it is a reflection of your readiness? The moment did not necessarily arrive to tell you who is coming. It may have arrived to show you who you are becoming. There is an old pattern many sensitive souls carry. They wait for an unmistakable signal before allowing themselves to move. They ask for proof before trusting their intuition. They look outside themselves for permission to begin, to release, to speak, or to believe again. But the heart does not awaken to endless proof. It awakens when you begin to recognize the difference between fear-seeking certainty and intuition offering direction. The ancient wisdom says, "Be still and know." It does not say, "Be frantic and decode." Stillness is not passivity. It is the inner posture that allows truth to separate itself from noise. When you are still, you can feel which thoughts are trying to control the outcome and which ones are gently guiding you toward wholeness. Fear is urgent, repetitive, and consuming. It says you must decode everything immediately, or you will miss your destiny. Intuition is quieter. It leaves room for breath. It allows you to observe without clinging. It says, "Notice this. Feel what is true. Let the next step reveal itself." That distinction matters, especially when your heart has been wounded by relationships that made you question your own perception. When you have experienced inconsistency, abandonment, or emotional confusion, a surprising message can feel like a lifeline. You may want to make it mean everything because some part of you longs for life to finally deliver the answer you have been waiting for. You may even find yourself replaying the interaction, studying the tone of the voice, remembering every word, or searching for hidden meaning in the smallest detail. Be gentle with yourself if this happens. The mind does this when it is trying to create safety from uncertainty, but no amount of analysis can force clarity before clarity is ready to arrive. But divine love does not ask you to build a future from one uncertain moment. It invites you to return to yourself. It reminds you that your life is not suspended until another person confirms your worth. The presence you have been seeking in another may first need to be restored within your own spirit. The first doorway this experience may be opening is the doorway of self-trust. You do not need to know whether the caller was a messenger, a coincidence, or simply a stranger who dialed incorrectly in order to honor what you felt. You are allowed to say, "Something moved in me, and I am willing to understand it without forcing it." That is spiritual maturity. It is the ability to remain open without becoming attached to an outcome. It is the strength to hold possibility in one hand and discernment in the other. You can believe that life is meaningful without believing that every event must become a relationship, a prophecy, or a promise. The second doorway is the release of the old belief that meaningful love must arrive dramatically. Sometimes you have been trained by pain to expect intensity. You may mistake confusion for chemistry, distance for depth, or emotional unpredictability for a sacred bond. But the love aligned with your highest path will not require you to abandon your dignity in order to prove your devotion. A genuine connection can be mysterious without being manipulative. It can be powerful without being chaotic. It can awaken you without making you feel smaller. The love that is truly aligned may still challenge you, but it will not continually place you in a position where you must beg for clarity or interpret silence as affection. If this encounter brought someone from your past to mind, notice what arose before you decide what it means. Was it peace, or was it panic? Was it warmth, or was it the desire to reopen a wound because familiarity feels safer than the unknown? Was it a deep inner knowing, or simply the loneliness that appears when you have been strong for too long? No feeling deserves shame. Every feeling carries information. But not every feeling is instruction. Grief can tell you that something mattered, but it does not always tell you to return. Desire can reveal what you long for, but it does not always identify the person capable of meeting that desire. Fear can show you where healing is needed, but it does not have to become the voice directing your choices. The emotional body often stores unfinished conversations. It remembers the person who left without explanation, the message that never came, the love that almost became something more. Then, when an unexpected event occurs, the old charge may rise to the surface and disguise itself as destiny. This is why your first responsibility is not to interpret the sign. It is to soothe the part of you that became activated by it. Place your hand over your heart and ask, "What did I hope this meant?" Do not judge the answer. Maybe you hoped it meant someone was thinking of you. Maybe you hoped it meant your waiting was ending. Maybe you hoped the universe had finally chosen a simple way to prove that you were not forgotten. Then ask another question. Can I give myself the reassurance I was hoping to receive from this moment? Let the answer come slowly. You may discover that you need rest, closure, affection, or permission to hope again. Perhaps you need to tell yourself that you are worthy even when no one is calling. Perhaps you need to acknowledge that the desire for love is not weakness. It is simply a human longing, and it becomes sacred when you stop using it as evidence that you are incomplete. This is where the energy begins to change. You stop handing your power to the event and allow the event to return you to your own center. The moment no longer controls you. It becomes a teacher, a lantern, a reflection held briefly before your eyes. Your heart may be receiving an upgrade in the way it recognizes love. No longer will you need to chase every spark or explain every silence. You will begin to notice the difference between attraction that drains you and connection that nourishes you. You will feel less compelled to convince people of your value. You will become less available for relationships that require you to betray your own knowing. The sacred union template begins within you long before it appears through another person. It is formed every time you choose honesty over performance, boundaries over fear, and inner peace over temporary attention. It grows when you stop asking, "How do I make them choose me?" and begin asking, "Does this connection meet me in truth?" This is not a closing of the heart. It is the purification of the heart. A purified heart is not cold or unreachable. It is warm. But it is no longer willing to call suffering devotion. It can love deeply while seeing clearly. It can welcome mystery while refusing to worship confusion. You can remain loving without remaining accessible to confusion. You can honor a strange encounter without pursuing it. You can accept a synchronicity without turning it into a contract. You can feel a soul-level resonance and still move slowly enough to protect your well-being. If the person contacts you again, let reality reveal what symbolism cannot. Observe their consistency. Notice whether communication is respectful, clear, and mutual. Do not let the mystery of the beginning excuse a lack of integrity in what follows. The universe may open a door, but you are still responsible for deciding whether the room is safe to enter. Look for the fruits of the connection. Does it bring honesty, patience, kindness, and mutual effort? Or does it bring secrecy, anxiety, mixed signals, and the constant feeling that you must earn your place? Scripture teaches that a tree is known by its fruit. In the same way, a relationship is known not by its unusual beginning, but by the quality of what it consistently produces in your life. And if you never hear from them again, the moment is not invalidated. Perhaps its purpose was to remind you that your life is not as closed as it has felt. Perhaps it came to break the pattern of emotional numbness. Perhaps it showed you that a single, unexpected voice could still reach the part of you that had stopped expecting anything beautiful. Sometimes the soul does not send a person to stay. Sometimes it sends an experience to restore movement. A passing encounter can be a match struck in a dark room. It may not light the entire path, but it proves that light is still possible. You are not being asked to wait beside the phone. You are being invited to become present in your life again. Look at the places where you have delayed joy until love arrives. Look at the dreams you placed on hold because you believed your real life would begin when someone recognized you. Look at the ways you have made longing your identity. You are more than the one who is waiting. Begin with something simple and tangible. Prepare the meal you keep postponing. Take the walk without checking for a message. Return to the music, art, study, prayer, or work that once made time disappear. Let your life become a house with lights on in every room, not a silent hallway where you stand listening for someone else's footsteps. The love meant for you will not require you to disappear into signs, numbers, messages, or imagined possibilities. It will meet the person you are when you are fully inhabiting your own life. It will not be threatened by your discernment. It will not punish you for asking questions. It will not make you feel that your peace is the price of connection. And this is the hidden gift of the wrong number. It can become a signal to stop waiting for life to become meaningful and start recognizing the meaning already moving through it. The encounter may have interrupted your routine, but perhaps your routine needed interrupting. Perhaps you had been repeating the same thoughts, revisiting the same memories, and sending the same silent request into the unseen. Show me that I am not alone. The answer may not have been a person. It may have been the awakening of your own ability to notice. You noticed the timing. You noticed the feeling. You noticed the question that remained after the conversation ended. That awareness is not insignificant. It is the beginning of conscious participation in your own path. Awareness is the doorway through which choice enters. Once you can see the pattern, you no longer have to be carried by it. Do not rush to name what is still unfolding. Let it breathe. Let the next days show you whether the experience was simply a passing moment or the beginning of a larger shift. In the meantime, return to the practices that make your heart clear: rest, movement, honest journaling, time in nature, conversations with people who ground you, and choices that strengthen your self-respect. Tonight, write down 3 things. First, what happened without interpretation. Second, what you felt in your body. Third, what your heart may be asking you to understand. This simple practice separates fact from fear, intuition from fantasy, and sacred possibility from emotional urgency. Then speak this gently to yourself. I do not need to force meaning. I am willing to receive clarity. What belongs in my life will meet me with truth, consistency, and peace. Feel how different that is from chasing. Feel how different it is from begging the universe for one person to validate your destiny. Your path is not dependent on your ability to decode a moment perfectly. You cannot miss what is genuinely aligned with you by taking care of your heart. What is meant to reach you will not require you to become someone else. What is meant to remain will have the courage to be clear. What is meant to teach you may leave, but it will not leave you empty. It will return you to a deeper relationship with yourself. So hold this experience with open hands. Let it be a question rather than a conclusion. Let it remind you that the unseen can work through ordinary moments, but let your wisdom remain awake. You are not here to be swept away by every mystery. You are here to become so anchored in your own heart that you can recognize what is real when it arrives. And perhaps that is what the message was truly carrying toward you. Not the promise of a stranger, but the remembrance that your life is still responsive to wonder. Your heart is still capable of surprise. Your future is not sealed by what happened before. There are pathways you have not yet walked, conversations you have not yet had, and forms of love your past could not have prepared you to recognize. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not required to chase a sign in order to prove that your journey is sacred. The next step is simple. Be present, be discerning, be willing to receive, and keep choosing the version of love that allows you to remain whole. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments. Something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This isn't contempt, it's collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You're not just watching, you're healing. This is your sacred space. And we're just getting started.